Hello, and welcome to another vlog. This week's theme is Spina Bifida. As always, I will be releasing a video on Thursday in which I talk in more detail about what Spina Bifida is. So subscribe if you want to see that episode. But today there's a couple other things I want to talk about. First, I want to talk a little bit about growing up with a disability, and I also want to talk about the different types of Spina Bifida. So let's get right into it. Two of my friends, Amanda and Nicole, who both live with Spina Bifida, have graciously shared some of their experiences with me about growing up with the disorder. And so I want to read to you what they wrote. And I want to do it this way because obviously I don't have Spina Bifida, so I can't really speak as to what it's like to grow up with Spina Bifida. I can only speak about what it's like to grow up with muscular dystrophy. So I'm going to read to you what Amanda wrote, and then I'm going to read to you what Nicole wrote. So this is what Amanda says. Amanda says, living with spina bifida is different for everyone living with it. It is literally referred to as the snowflake birth defect because it is so different for each person. My experience with it for the past 24 years has had its ups and downs, just like for everyone living with a disability. Aside from the bullying and discrimination I have experienced, it has also opened many doors for me and gives me a different perspective on life. Without spina bifida, I would not have met any of my friends. It makes me aware of others. It has made me stubborn as hell and a fighter. It makes me an advocate for myself and others. It has also helped me open the eyes of others who have never met or been friends with someone in a chair. In that way, it makes me a teacher. This is what Nicole says. Nicole says, growing up with spina bifida meant spending a lot of time in the hospital and at doctor's appointments from a very young age. Spending much of my childhood in a hospital, I almost died twice, means I got some developmental delays, especially with socialization, which made it hard for me to make friends. It also means that I developed a maturity and understanding way beyond the years of my peers. I bring a perspective and understanding that most young people don't have. Having spina bifida has brought a lot of positive opportunities along the way. I would not have been born with spina bifida, I would not have been Easter Seals Ambassador of Nova Scotia for 5 years and met amazing people who also have disabilities. This paved the way to my desire of having a career in disability advocacy and teaching others about what people with disabilities are capable of. As I get older, I'm finding it harder. There are different challenges from growing up with it as a kid to an adult. When I was a kid, it was hard finding friends my age. Now my challenges are housing and finding employment. Knowing that I will be okay and set up when my parents are no longer with me is the challenge I face ahead. So I want to thank Amanda and Nicole for sharing those experiences with me. I know those are very personal reflections about what it's like to grow up with a disability, and I can relate to a lot of the things that they said, and I'm sure that a lot of the people watching this video can as well. And I think it's important for us to talk about what it's like to grow up with a disability because people need to, understand the challenges that people with disabilities face, and like Amanda and Nicole said, learn all the things that people with disabilities are capable of. So again, I want to just express my appreciation to Amanda and Nicole and all my friends who have, provided me with information for this video. And now I want to talk about the next thing in today's vlog, and that is the different types of spina bifida. Now, I try to keep the Thursday's videos, the educational videos on Thursday, very straightforward because I want them to be a basic overview of that week's topic. So because of that, I've simplified this week's video, which will be released on Thursday, by only talking about the two main types of spina bifida. But it's important to note that depending on where you look, spina bifida can be classified into a lot more than just two disorders. And I do think that it's important to talk about all the disorders, so I'm going to do that in today's vlog, and I encourage you to check out the additional resources in Thursday's video and do some research on your own if you want to learn more. So there are two main types of spina bifida. There's spina bifida occulta, which is where one or more of the vertebrae are not fully closed, so there's a hole in the spine. And then there's spina bifida aperta, in which the spinal cord and or the surrounding membranes protrude from the hole in the spine. Now, Spina Bifida aperta can actually be divided into several subtypes. And I apologize to all the people with Spina Bifida watching this video because there's a very good chance that I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. So please refrain from making fun of me in the comments. So there's two main types of Spina Bifida aperta. There's meningocele, which is where the membrane surrounding the spinal cord, the meninges, protrude from the hole in the spine. And then there's myelomeningocele, which is when both the spinal cord and the surrounding membranes protrude from the hole in the spine. And then there's another type of spina bifida called Lipomyelomeningocele, which is where there's a buildup of fat that protrudes from the hole in the spine. So as you can see, there's many different types of spina bifida, and depending on the type that each person with spina bifida has and the severity of the symptoms and a number of other factors will determine what kind of treatment someone with spina bifida requires. And some people with spina bifida don't really need any treatment, and then some people do, and I'm going to talk a little bit about those treatments in the video. But the big thing that I want to stress is whether someone has spina bifida or another disability, that doesn't mean that they're incapable. People with disabilities, spina bifida and other disabilities, can live full lives, like I've talked about in this series and on this vlog many, many times. And I just want to reiterate that. Spina bifida affects a lot of people in different ways. But people adapt, and whether you have a disability or not, you find a way to adapt and live your life in a way that works for you. So I just kind of wanted to reiterate that to kind of wrap up today's vlog. So I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you want to see more vlogs like this one, please subscribe. And I hope to see you on Thursday. Thanks for watching.